It's Tuesday, Transition Tuesday. This is Cathi Coridan, KW Metro Center, your transition partner, with my weekly video blog or vlog on making life's transitions less stressful and more successful. And yes, it's March, and yesterday it was 65 degrees. Today it's not even almost, I think it's sort of pushing 60 degrees. By the end of the week, it's going to be 81 degrees. Yesterday morning it was 32. This morning it was 42. So it's cold, and then in the evening it gets cold again. In the middle time, a little bit warmer. So we're all kind of doing the layer thing, t-shirt, sweater, cute little vest. So how do we do that in our lives during a time of transition? And so as I was thinking about layers and adaptability, and transition of seasons, which were at least those of us in the middle of the country are used to, it's I'm thinking about getting ready to kind of go back in or to go into the next level, whatever it's going to be, of coming out of the pandemic. And I've had both of my shots, and I had lunch in a restaurant for the first time last week, and something I used to do 4 or 5 times a month because of doing meetings with folks. And it was really interesting at how aware I was of absolutely where everybody was and what we were doing at all times, and that it felt really not uncomfortable because it was really nice to be there and to be waited on, and somebody else did the dishes. And I had a great meeting with my buddy John, and we did our committee work for Rotary. But it was different. It was really different. We had planned originally to eat outside. It was too cold even for these layers to be outside, even in the covered areas. So we made the decision to go inside. Everything at this point is a big decision, and things that we used to take for granted. And so as we are kind of coming into this, over 25% of the US population's having had one vaccine, what is that going to mean? We can't go hog wild. Miami and Fort Lauderdale right now are evidence of that. It's a mess down there with people going really crazy. I would give my right arm to be on a cruise ship. Not now. I really miss being in that, my husband and I call it our timeshare, in that environment and in that kind of emotional state of being on a cruise, and to be someplace fun in the sun. I'm not willing to do it right now because there are costs associated with that I'm just not ready to take. My class is trying to figure out whether we're going to have our delayed reunion. We're supposed to have our 50th last summer, and we have it now planned for this summer, when last summer we thought it's going to be over, and it's not. And so how do we make that decision? And there's a lot of conversation going on to try to come to a good decision, because just like my being in that restaurant, we're much more aware of what the boundaries are. And I guess my last piece, in addition to making sure you have the layers that you need and that you don't get rid of having wipes and what I jokingly call germ juice, hand sanitizer in the car, making sure you're in a mask if you're out. I do. Make sure I'm in a mask if I'm someplace in public. But that we think about what other people's needs are, and that communication link. You know, it's like the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is check what the temperature is, so that I know what I need to put on to walk the dog. She's sleeping behind me. I just saw that. But, you know, what do we need to ask other people about their environment and their level of comfort and their needs in terms of moving back to or into a new phase of engagement that we've all missed so dearly. So make sure you have your layers. Make sure you can be as adaptable as possible. Check your environment, talk to your people, and together I think we can find something that is into the next level of socialization, engagement, connection that isn't going too crazy. So my thoughts for the day, and I hope you'll join me next week. Please like and share. I'm going to go back to just sharing the videos on Facebook and LinkedIn, and then I will store it on my YouTube channel. And I hope that you take the time to watch, and if you would, I'd love if you'd share it. Thanks.